We're live. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. I almost just got sucked into doom scrolling right there. Talk to you later, Spark. All right, people. All right, 30 minutes. Here's the dealio. Let's tell everybody that we're live really quick. Let's do it. Wait, we need Ableton to open. Live set untitled. I'd like to recover your work. Sure. Well, I don't know why it does that. I close it normally every time. It's se va un matecito. All right, boom. Oh, wait a second. Let's get OBS up here. Boom. Done. Boom. Drop the little link in there. Literally doing the least. See if somebody pops in here. Let me refresh this. Boom. Okay, no viewers yet. Paste. Custom sticker. YouTube link. Boom. Done. If anybody comes, so be it. Alright, so here's the deal. No more super long form content because I think it's pointless. I have been making a couple of shorts out of the streams, and those have been doing pretty well. Considering I have 25 followers, I've gotten a couple hundred views on almost every video. Sorry, excuse me. Almost every short. A couple of them only have like 60 or whatever. But I'm getting some feedback from people. Somebody told me that my beat was shit, which I thought was fucking hilarious. But in any case, okay, so here's the dealio. We're going to do 30-ish minute streams with a goal in mind. That's the idea. So for instance, today, I need a game plan. I've been thinking about it for the last several hours, and I don't really know where exactly I need to start. I have a rough idea of what I want to do with this Daft Punk project. I adore Daft Punk. There's a big ass poster above the camera right here in my room. I adore Daft Punk. They just the best artists in my opinion. Art group, artist pair, or whatever. So I know that I need to make a little game plan today, and I want to start playing with some sounds. I fixed, you can't see it anymore because I put this heart here, but there is an electric guitar that has been hanging on the wall for some months that I've had for so many years. It's a piece of shit. It's a cheap eBay guitar from like 2012. I don't know. My dad bought it for me when I was a kid. But because I'm a cheap ass, I went to Guitar Center yesterday, bought some new strings, and took the entire thing apart, cleaned it, and made sure all the wires were still good. The pickups were being a little bit fuzzy, but I did a full tune-up on the guitar. It doesn't even have a truss rod, so there was no. It's really cheap shit, but it plays really well. I intonated it. I adjusted as best I could the pickup heights and the bridge height. It sounds good, so now I know how to tune a guitar, like an electric guitar, when I buy a nice one. And I have this 30-watt Spider amp, Line 6 Spider amp that I bought, again, years ago, that I haven't had a good electric guitar to use with, and sounds badass. I literally was up till like 3 in the morning last night just playing random shit. Like, it sounds good. It sounds good. Now, I don't know how I'm going to record it, because I think I'm going to have to drop the mic. Luckily, it's on a boom stand, so I can just turn it around and put it up against the amplifier, but I haven't tested it yet, and I probably should have done that before doing this. But I don't think we're gonna mess with the guitar today. But in any case, we'll get right to it. So here we go. Give me literally 2 seconds to tell the homies that I'm live because they asked me. Live. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me grab the link. Boom. Done. We'll shoot this to the homies. Bass. Where's my man? Oh. And I'm like breathing into the mic. I'm sorry. Boom. That's it. We'll drop it in the We Suck at Producing channel. Self-plugging. Beat. Boom. Oh. What's going on there? Boom. That's it. Let's see. We'll drop it in another buddy's channel. Boom. 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 Live. Now. Cool. Done. Alright, enough of that. Okay, Daft Punk. So, disco, techno, real instruments. These are all things, and heavy sampling. These are all things that I need to get acquainted with because I am not a musical genius and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, where's my notebook? Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I know you guys can't see what I'm writing down, but I will walk you through it, and I will try to get through this writing part quickly because I know it's boring, and there's nothing happening on screen for you guys to watch, yada yada. There's no music, but again, this whole streaming thing is a log for my process and like how I've come to learn things. So if you don't like it, you don't like it. Okay, we're gonna call this the Punk project. Boom. So what do I want? What are my goals here? So I want to learn to sample. Learn to sample music, we'll say, instead of just taking samples and using them, because that part's easy. I mean, I have a ton of samples in Ableton. So we want to learn to sample music like Daft Punk did, where they chopped up songs like High Hell or To High Hell and made new beats with them. I want to... considering how short my last song, my first and only song was, if you missed that, I wrapped up last stream with the, we'll call it the learning project that I had started with. It was kind of a blend between, like, I don't want to say calling it quits, but just like accepting that was never going to be the perfect track. And so that was just fundamental stuff, you know. That part's done. The fundamentals are there. I know how to work through Ableton. I know how to sample. I know how to put in plugins. I've learned the software, and the majority of the foundational stuff is more or less there. So instead of spending more time to make it really perfect and try to refine it and make it a real song, I'll come back to it at some point to make it good or great. It's decent, but one of the issues that I had is I recorded that song from start to finish, and it was only 1:55. A little bit short. And as we know, Daft Punk songs can go on to be pretty fucking long. So let's say we need to practice longer arrangements. Okay. So learn to sample music. We need to practice longer arrangements. We need to learn to record live instrument. I could have just written instruments. When I say learn to record live instruments, I know that I can just plug the guitar into my audio interface. I think. Pretty sure that's how that works. But the problem there is that I'm a little bit hesitant for a couple of reasons. One, the guitar is a piece of shit. It's like some Chinese eBay shit from way back, and I don't want it. I don't want any like electrical juju voodoo shit happening if I plug that thing into my multiple $100 interface and it blowing up or something. I just don't. I know nothing will happen, but I don't want to risk it. And I spent all night last night, like I said, playing with this amp, and it's got so many presets, and then it also has 4 user presets that you can build up with a ton of effects and shit. So what I did was I set up the first preset to be like a Discway, like waka 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 waka, like a wab, wah wah is what they call it, WAH, a wah wah. So I put, I can run you guys through it here in a second. I'm just gonna be out of frame, but yeah. So I built a little preset. I just took the time to go through all of the effects one by one to see what they do, get a good idea of what they are. It also helps me to understand what is happening in Ableton, because there's like sine wave chorus, there's like a square wave chorus. There's like hundreds of effects, or there's hundreds of presets for the amp. There's maybe 50 effects that you can stack up. There's 3 effects. There's a compressor that's always a compressor, and there is a and a reverb that's always a reverb, like a general, we'll call it a master reverb and a master compressor. And then in the effects racks, there are also other compressors and other reverbs. It's really funky stuff. It's really, really cool. Built-in tuner, everything. This amp is way nicer, like way too nice for that guitar. But I will say, had it not been for this amp, I wouldn't have been able to intonate that guitar. It's pretty much dead on. So even though it's cheap, it plays pretty well. I bought thicker than usual strings because I figured that, I don't know why. I didn't feel like buying the standard string sizes. But it's here, I'll show you guys the guitar. This thing is it's so light. It's so light. It's hilarious. Ugh. Boom. Here's my fake Fender Strato. Oh shit! Hang on, you can't see anything. What? Boom. Boom. Trying to get the glare out of there. It's called a Crescent. I don't think you can even find these on eBay anymore. Sounds great. The frets, like typically most cheap guitars, the fret bars, or the actual frets themselves, stick out just a touch, so it slices up my fingers a little bit. But I oiled the neck. I cleaned and oiled the whole neck, and it was so dusty, it was disgusting. So it actually plays and slides really nice. Like actually the tone that comes out of the amp, even when there's no effects on, is really nice. Okay, it's been like what? 10 minutes already? Oh my god, it's been almost 20 minutes. I haven't done any music stuff. Wow. Okay. I didn't realize I was going to be this under pressure. All right. So we're going to learn to sample music. We're going to practice longer arrangements. We're going to learn to record live instruments. That's what we need. And then, what do we want? I want to touch on, I'm putting stars. So this is how I'm going to, you can't really see very well probably. What? Let me get this angle right. Holy moly. Doing that with my left hand is terrible. Anyways, I'm putting stars for the important things, which I think are those three. We'll put a little tilde for things that are just what I want to touch on. One of that is how to make disco. How to make proper disco, we'll say. How to make proper disco. And then we'll say techno, because that's going to be the blend here. Proper disco and techno. Another thing that I want to learn, or that I want to do is, I guess this one's more important actually, so I'm going to put another star, is how do I choose sections to sample. So what I mean there is if I'm listening to a song, so let's say harder, better, faster, stronger, right? I forgot what the original song is, but anyways, they took those clips, the harder, better, faster, stronger, or what's another song? Whatever. They took pieces of other songs, little tiny pieces, even sounds, even drums or kicks and shit like that. They used all sorts of things. Took that from another song and, did whatever. They compressed it, EQ'd it, affects it, whatever. And then they use it in their track as just like a sound, like a one shot. Or pitch it up, pitch it down, whatever. The harder, better, faster, stronger. Those words are not, I don't think it's them singing. I think that those are also from something else. But anyways, you get the point. So what I want to learn is how I'm going to decide where I sample from. At first I have a feeling that I'm just going to end up grabbing random shit. My initial idea has been to just snag, like essentially build a library and snag a bunch of sounds from a bunch of songs and just create folders based on the song. And then, when I'm building a song, like right now, start to really go through all those sounds and see what I think sounds good together and yada yada. So we're essentially going to build our own library of sounds, of one shots, or samples. So that's going to be that. So we're going to learn to sample music. We're going to practice longer arrangements. We're going to learn how to record live instruments. We're going to learn how to make proper disco and techno. And I want to figure out how I'm going to end up choosing sections to sample, because I imagine you can really take any part of any song and make it into a sample, but what exactly is going to make that a good sample? Can I figure out beforehand whether that kick or that snare or whatever the fuck I think that I hear that I think would be cool is actually going to make it a cool sound? That's another thing. How to manipulate samples correctly. So I'm talking pitch, mods, like modulation, shit that's going to make the sample sound like what I have in my head, like what I want it to sound like. I have a feeling that until I actually start doing that, I'm not going to know what I want things to sound like, because I know what Daft Punk sounds like, but I'm not looking to copy Daft Punk. I just want to implement their techniques, because I think that that'd be super cool, and the world is lacking real sample, like sample circus music like that. I keep hitting the mic with my pen, but so let's just go off of this. I'm already almost at 30 minutes, dude. I think. Yeah, I'm almost already at 30 minutes. So here's the dealio. After this stream is done, especially because this one was kind of a boring one, and it's literally just me talking in the webcam, nothing going on Ableton. Let's play with some sounds really quick and see what I can find. Perhaps in the next stream, maybe in like 30 minutes, maybe I'll give it 30 minutes. So at 7:30, it's 6:54 right now. At 7:30, I'll open up a second stream. We'll do another 30 minutes, and in those 30 minutes, I'll have a different goal. We got to iron out the kinks here a little bit, because I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing. All right, so some of the things that I noticed. I haven't listened to any Daft Punk today. Some of the things that I know to be true from their music is that they use live instruments, a lot of them, and not every sound is sampled. Their drum beats, like their drums, are almost never that complicated. I'm gonna add to the disco thing that I was saying, that how to make proper disco and techno. I'm just gonna make a little note on the side and say 4 on floor, because almost all of their music is 4 on the floor kick. So let's start. Let's fucking start with the 4 on the floor kick. I didn't even realize through the entire journey of the last project, but I have gotten completely away from the session view, and I am okay with that, because I honestly, actually, you know what? We might end up using it more this time. So let's just find a kick. Let's find a kick. Let's find a kick. And then I noticed that. Oh. What's going on here? What the hell, dude? I just zoomed into my, I don't know how to undo this. I just zoomed into my stream. Doom, doom, doom. Alright, let's, oh. And it stops playing when I move away. Anyways. I think it's gotta be pretty clean. That's another thing that I haven't even looked up. What the BPM is of most of their music. Let's see. We've only got a few minutes left. I don't need to stick to 30 minutes exactly, but I don't really want to go past like 35 minutes. Okay. Let's say Daft Punk, typical BPM. 120 to 123. Dum, 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 dum. So Around the World, One More Time, Aerodynamic, those are all 120 to 123. The Funk, same deal. It's Doing It Right is 178 apparently. And they all use a weird tempo, 113.18 for Giorgio by Moroder. Weird. Face to Face is 117.88. I wonder what that is. Old post. I'm trying to make a one more time mashup, and I found that it's actually a bit inconsistent tempo and timing wise. For anyone that wants to know, the closest I got was 122.883 BPM for one more time. Let me know if there's anything closer. Okay, so everything's kind of funky. I'm guessing because they weren't using a software like Ableton, and shit was just a little bit wacky. So let's set our BPM. We'll go 124. Why the fuck not? Gotta be a pretty clean kick. That's what I'm looking for. I wonder if I should use a sample like that, where it is a 4 on the floor kick, but this one's 128, so we'd have to warp it. Doom, doom, doom. Let's try it. Why? Oh, I see. Because it has to be audio. Okay. Oh. Automatic warp worked pretty well. I think the kick is slightly late. Technically, I'm not sure if the beat should necessarily be lining up with the peak or with the start of the wave. I am going to go ahead and say that I think that it should start at the peak. Wait a second. What if we just do this? We'll just do it. We'll go split it. Okay, we have a kick. Fuck this metronome. Alright, we have a kick. We're just going to put down a very rough idea. We'll just type in hat. Oh. Nope. Kickoff hat. No, we don't need that. I don't want the kick or anything else, man. I just want the hats. Some of these are really funny. That's what I hear when I hear that. That's the same sample. Jesus. Too much. Nope. 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 Okay. Okay. That's just fine, but no. Oh. Okay. This is something that I realized yesterday, but I forgot about, and I'm gonna write it down. One thing that I never added in the first project was like audio effects on the arrangement. So like oh man, risers and shit. Not that that song necessarily needed it, but I'm just gonna write risers and shit. Cool. Makes sense. Cool. Whoa. Tech house hats. A little bit too much. This is like very techno, very tech house. Does that make sense? I don't want it to lean techno. I want it to be more melodic. I want it to be more disco. That's my aim. I want it to have groove. I want it to have funk. I want it to feel like something. I don't know why, but searching hats here didn't do shit for me. I guess I don't actually have that many. I wonder why these aren't like automatically warped to whatever BPM you're in. Some of them are. I know the kick is getting... I'll stop the kick. I feel like it needs to be... Hang on a fucking minute. Hang on just a minute. I have... I'm very smart. Very smart. I have fucking Contact, and Contact has a drum kit. Oh, man. Studio drummer, baby. I think I just broke the plugin. Contact did crash my Ableton once before. The plugin crashed. Oh! The whole program. Oh! It's back. Yes. Yes. I hope you can't hear my breathing. It's so funny. Alright, mixer blues rock. Let's go funk. Oh, it's gonna go down right now. I'm not really sure. I don't know how to use. Oh. Okay. This is a learning lesson, people. Here's hey, don't know if you've seen Just Making Some Dinner. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I told Spark that you were gonna be in there probably to play with him a little bit later. This stream is already past 30 minutes, so I'm gonna put down a quick little drummy drum. And we'll call it for right now, because I just wanted to get a little plan going for what I'm going to do and also get a feel for 30 minutes. This was short. Tough to do 30 minutes, but I think we're going to have some fun. All right. Where we at? Where's the funk? I want the funk. I want the figgity funk. Dude. Why is this so zoomed in? What did I do here? What? No. I hope this looks okay. I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay. My webcam is gone now. Sorry, friends. Technical difficulties, I guess. Dude, what is going on with my shit right now? I did something. My webcam is now gone. And what's going on? Okay, anyways, my webcam is gone. We'll fix that right now. You know, oh, what a shitty way to end the stream. Oh, and Ableton is now toasted. Huh? Fun. Oh, is my webcam down here? Hello! Boom. Boom. I think that brings us back, right? Yep. Now how do I zoom the hell out? Anyways, let's go not display capture. What I want to do is I want you guys to be able to see the plugins, but I would have to display capture for that. Alright, let's go display capture then. And we'll minimize this. And hope to bejeebus that, boom. Right, webcam there, beautiful. Amazing. Alright. This is what I'm working with. This is Contact 8. Let's put down a little beat. Okay, hats. Dude, why is all my shit freaking out? Session kit. I think this is going to be closer. I gotta hit the keys pretty hard. I feel bad for my keyboard. Closed, half open, open. Rim. Alright. Oh man. I didn't realize how badly I didn't know what I was doing. We're like 42 minutes in, and I want to keep these short so that it's digestible for any audience. You know, you don't have to look at the stream later when it's posted and say, "Holy shit, 7 hours." So I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna take 30 minutes to come up with a better idea of what the hell it is that I want to do in the next 30 minutes, and I will post again, we'll stream again, and we'll log the next 30 minutes. Cool? Adios. Thank you for stopping by. I need like an intro and an outro, huh?